So it's become obvious to me from your comments and emails that there's a big demand for very basic machining videos. Probably more basic than I've been doing up to this point. But this is probably a good time because since I just started my new website, I've been pretty busy lately on the second project tutorial, trying to get that all put together, so I don't have a lot of time. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a bunch of short 2 to 3 minute videos on the most basic of the basic machining techniques or processes. Things like facing, center drilling, turning to a diameter, turning to a shoulder, machining a chamfer, knurling, drilling, all the basic operations. And most of those are on the lathe, but there's an equal number of basic operations on the milling machine, so I'll go into those as well. And since I have the website, I can easily organize them and put them all in one category, so kind of keep them all in one place and make them easy to view. So I think we're going to start out today by covering facing, how to face the end of a part. It's probably one of the most basic operations there is on the lathe. Just machine the end of a part so it's square, and so it's easy to measure from, easy to locate from, and so it's easy to center drill if you want to support the end with a center. So I did a video a while back on grinding a turning tool, right-hand turning tool, and I hinted to the effect in that video that a facing tool is pretty much the same thing, just without a side cutting edge angle. So I went ahead. This is an example of a facing tool. It's ground pretty much the same as the right-hand turning tool that I did in the video. The difference is it has a 0 side cutting edge angle, and it also has this 45-degree clearance angle for the center. If you want to, that's an option. If you want to face a part that has a center in the end of it for support, that angle there will clear the center, so you can get in very close to the center of the part. I sat down today and put together. You may have seen on the website in my reference section, you may have seen one of these on the right-hand turning tool. Well, here's one on the right-hand facing tool. It has all the angles, shows what's needed, and it shows this center clearance angle, it shows the end cutting edge angle, end relief, side rake angle, side relief angle, and all the different angles that go with those for the various materials. Okay, this is on my website in the reference section. You can download a PDF of it. So this is basically everything you need to know to grind a facing tool, a right-hand facing tool, or if you want to face on the left hand of a part, just reverse all the angles and make a left-hand facing tool. Okay, let's try it out here. So here's a nice close-in shot. You guys should be able to see what's going on pretty well. First thing we need to do is set the tool up. So let's loosen the tool holder. You need to angle the tool out from the end of the stock about 10 to 15 degrees, just to give this area a little bit of clearance on the end, so only the tip of the tool cuts. So angle it out a little bit. It's not critical, as long as only the tip of the tool touches. And we also need to center the tool bit vertically, so just kind of eyeball it to start with. It's not critical right now. After we take a cut, we'll be able to see whether we need to raise it or lower it. RPM, we need to figure RPM. Use the same old 4 times the cutting speed divided by the diameter formula that I covered in my video on surface feeds and RPMs. This is steel. Cutting speed's 100, so 4 times 100 is 400 divided by the diameter, which is 1.25 inches. Gives us about 320 RPM. But remember, that only applies to the outside surface of the part. Since we're machining all the way to the center, I like to bump it up a little bit. Okay, so let's go up around 450, up in that area. Make sure we have enough RPM as we get close to the center of the stock. Okay, for roughing out, for rough cutting, I like to start on the outside and feed in. Clean out most of that saw cut. Okay, then we can tell how far we are off on center. It looks like we're a little bit low, so let's raise it up a little bit. So we get rid of that little nib of steel left in the center there. A little more. A little more. Want to make sure that's gone, so if you want to drill a hole in the end of it, you don't have that little piece of aluminum or a piece of steel sticking out there to throw your drill off center. So make sure you get rid of that, and then just feed out. You can use the power feed, or you can feed it by hand. Either way, this will give you a nice smooth finish. Still got a little bit of a bit left in the center there. Let's make sure it's all gone. There we go. Feeding out like this gives you a nice smooth finish. And that's our faced part. Probably next one of these videos we'll do on maybe center drilling. I'll see you then.